Good morning, day 607. Theo is out. He's not staying for this bullshit. We are tired of it. Day 607. Since 58 hostages have been brutally, barbarically, violently, and inhumanely were kidnapped to the hellhole Gaza by the inhumane, barbaric, rapist, modern-day Nazis monsters of Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, UNRWA, the UN, Al Jazeera, the Red Cross, and just ordinary, regular civilians. With the financial support of Qatar, Iran, and Egypt, and with the moral support of France, UK, and Canada, these corrupt leaders who would side with terrorists. We are here every morning to demand from these inhumane, barbaric, rapist, modern-day Nazis monsters to surrender and let all 58 hostages go immediately, at once, in one phase, one bus, all of them together. No one is left behind, and Israel should give up nothing. I forgot to mention also the huge support and moral support, literally admirably, of BBC, Washington Post, New York Times, CNN, who are continuously siding with Hamas. The moment Hamas spread another lie about Israel, they're rushing to publish it in the biggest headlines they can, sending it to the billions of followers and listeners, and smearing Israel again and again. And then they have to retract it when the actual information, the facts are coming out, when footage is actually presented to them, and they have no choice but to retract the fucking lies. But at that point, the damage has already been done. And they're continuously doing it. They're not even apologizing, they don't give a fuck. They will retract it to try to keep their credibility, but they have none. They are not news networks. They do not report news. They report propaganda and lies of barbaric, inhumane monsters who are holding and torturing 58 hostages. The war keeps going because Hamas refuses to let our people go. So stop with the fucking propaganda and smearing Israel. Understand that war will continue until that happens. So instead of siding with Hamas, instead of claiming that it's standing for Palestinians, start calling for the release of the hostages and for Hamas to surrender. That's the only way where the war will be over. You have journalists who are asking or interviewing Israeli Knesset members, what is Israel is doing in order to minimize the casualties in Gaza? Why aren't you asking Hamas why they're not releasing the hostages so we can end this fucking war? The world is expecting Israel to surrender to its death, while Israel is continuously accepting the ceasefire proposal that from Witkoff and from the Trump administration, hoping to find another ceasefire deal that will release some hostages. I don't even know why Israel is accepting it, but Hamas continuously refusing. They will only accept a deal that talks about some of the hostages and an end to the war. A promise and commitment of Israel to end the war completely, withdraw all of the soldiers, and give back all the land that was taken over so far. And they let Hamas to stay in power, and then maybe, hopefully, then they would, from the goodwill, they will let the rest of the hostages go. We will not sit down with these barbaric monsters. We will not negotiate with them again. We will ensure that we eliminate them, eradicate them from the face of the earth, including the ideology. But meanwhile, it takes a big price to do so. And we're not happy to do it. We didn't choose this war. This war brought on us by these monsters on October 7th. Yesterday, another soldier, a reservist soldier, 27 years old, was killed also in northern Gaza. We are losing our best of our best men and women in this war because we're trying to live. We're willing to sacrifice our people. Our people themselves are sacrificing themselves because we have no other choice. If the IDF will not defend Israel, Israel will not exist. And if we will let Hamas stay in power, what we saw on October 7th would happen again, as they promised, and then they're not done. They are continuously trying to kill Israel, IDF soldiers, Israelis, and they're continuously trying to shoot rockets at southern Israel. And they are one goal in mind: the annihilation of Israel, the annihilation of Jews in Israel and around the world. And that's why they are brainwashing the pro-Hamas supporters, can be Muslims, non-Muslims, here in the US and in Europe, to kill Jews, to globalize the Intifada, which they have successfully done in Boulder, Colorado, in Washington, D.C., in Pennsylvania, and they are not done there must be accountability. It's not gonna go away by itself with words, beautiful words of condemnation. That's not gonna help. We need accountability, we need actions, like what Kristi Noem, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said yesterday. The family of the terrorist of Mohammed Soliman was also arrested, held by ICE, and they're going to be deported. Hopefully they've already deported. But accountability, and that terrorist must be held accountable to the full extent of the law. And I would hope to see a death penalty to hopefully to cause people to think twice if they would want to go and do such a heinous attack, a terrorist attack against anyone in the US, but specifically Jewish people. The Trump administration will not tolerate these anti-Semitic attacks, and they are going and holding people accountable. I would want to see also that the Free Palestine movement and all of the organizations that supporting the protests, the riots, the segregation of Jews, the calls for violence against Jews also be held accountable. This is not free speech. I don't have the free speech to call for the death of someone and then someone is going and follow through with these requests. There must be accountability for this movement as well. People like Nadine Kanswani should not be able to go and walk freely and continuously incite violence. But we will continue to stand strong, and we will continue to defend ourselves because we have no other option. We need to bring back our people, and the only way to bring our people back is continuously with the war and pressure, military pressure on Hamas, while at the same time we're providing humanitarian aid for the Gazans with the help of American companies. And this process has been successful, and Hamas slowly but surely losing control over the Gazans. There is now another group who is helping protect the humanitarian aid area or the access to it against Hamas. We will see if this group will be rising and take over instead of Hamas. We will see what their intentions are. What are their intentions? But if they're not calling for the release of the hostages, I would not trust them. And meanwhile, I want to continuously exposing the lies of what is happening in Gaza, because there is no starvation, there is no famine. All of these lies that they're telling you in order for you to side with the suffering of the Palestinian people, it's all fucking bullshit. The mastermind, they're so good at lying and getting your sympathy for them. But the truth is, there's no salvation. There's no crisis there. And the boat that is sailing there right now, they're meddling with some activists on it that hoping to come and save the Palestinian people. Are you fucking kidding me? They're hoping that Israel will stop them just to make Israel look bad. And I personally hope that Israel will not stop them and that they will end up in Gaza and never leave. You wanted to go to Gaza, finally you're heading to Gaza. I hope you'll be there and you will be welcome same way as others in the past. We will continue to show the light. We will continue to stand with good against evil. And we will continue to live proudly in our ancestral homeland Israel, from the Jordan River all the way to the Mediterranean Sea for eternity. Am Israel will always be. Am Israel Chai forever.